Martin Talmud, whoever it is. The person goes, I didn't hear to your shaver this morning. Tomorrow morning after davening there's going to be a bris here in the Sartre Shaina Mishpachim after davening. I get to Halmalanetze. He managed to make the bris while we still have our auditorium, our tent up. He gives the Halmalanetze Baruch Hashem. He says on the Chamal the Pasuk continues that Mi Haish Asher Bana Bayis Chadash Lechanochai. Someone he just, many people that's their life's dream, their vision, Acholim, to build their own house, build a house, a brand new home, to build one, buy a lot somewhere, place, buy somewhere a lot, and build a home. We get calls all the time. People they're looking for a lot. They want to know how close it is to the Medrash. So the exactly came true. He's able to build his house, and he's being called to war to Mechomet. He built his home. He wasn't mechanech. He wasn't zeicher to move in, to finally move in and live with his mishpacha in his new home. He should return home because he might be a war casualty. He won't survive the war. And somebody else will move into his house. So he should go home. And Rashi says, so what's the problem? Now he says the door is sagmas nefesh. This is titled with, this is very painful. It's sagmas nefesh. It's a bitter pill to swallow. Your life's dream to build a home, and somebody else is living it. That's over sagmas nefesh. The question is, what could be bigger sagmas nefesh than being a casualty in the war, not returning home, losing your life? How does that compare? That overshadows it, my goodness gracious. But Rashi means that the Agnes Nefesh is that a moment like that, a person has to have in front of him, who's about to leave this world, he has to have in front of him, make a cheshbon nefesh. What did he accomplish while he was here? Did he spend his days and his hours in worthwhile pursuits? Or is it Hevla Avodim during B'Telim? So at a moment like that, that's the time when he has to do tshuva. So instead of all of his thoughts being concentrated on doing tshuva, he's going to give a dinner cheshbon for Kisha COVID. So at that time he's preoccupied. Somebody else is going to live in his home. That's the Agnes Nefesh. The Kotzker teaches like this here. By Yeshivat Tzaddik, it says there that when Potiphar's wife, his master's wife, she wanted to tempt him, so his response was, he said like this, V'eich es harad goyazois, how can I commit such a cardinal, such a grave sin, b'chatoshel alakim, and I sinned to the Rebbeinu Shalom. She was first tempting him. He didn't do an aver yet. The first half is correct. In the future it says, how can I commit something like this? He didn't do anything yet. What's the v'chatoshi l'alakim? It should be v'echte, and I'll see for the punishment. So the Kotzker said like this every time. He says, she approached him, she said, you know, Yosef, she said, because you're so pious, you're such a tzaddik. She says, you fulfilled all the commandments, mitzvahs of the Torah, except for one mitzvah. you were not the kind of mitzvah of doing tshuva. Why? Because you're such a tzaddik, you never did an avera. So she says, come, we'll do an avera, and then you'll have it so you'll be able to do tshuva. So he says, aha. He says, if that's the case, he says, to do an avera, in order to be able to have the opportunity to do tshuva, I have to, you have to pick out a mitzvah that's shared by the other rayas. I can pick out a place there's a mitzvah, a place I'll say tachlin on Shabbos, a place there's an avera that to do tshuva. And secondly, he says, tshuva you don't do on averis only. Tshuva you do on mitzvahs as well. A mitzvah that you were mekayim yesterday, your krishma, your davening, your tefillah, your learning, the way you fulfilled it yesterday, a person has to constantly grow, otherwise he goes downhill. A person is not in life, he doesn't stay at one place. So the mitzvahs that you were mekayim yesterday, today you have to do tshuva on it. You have to have hakras habayir. You have to realize the greatness of the Rabbi Shalom today more than you realized it yesterday. So the chatoshi I did already. I already did habayir. There's many sorts of, so mentioned there's many sorts of chayvis. That's how people react. I mentioned yesterday a very beautiful story. I mentioned about the voice in Bakara Voy that a melech Talmid Chacham Manach Rabbanon Talmid Chachamim Manach Rabbanon the Talmid Chachamim that we had Gedolim that you saw them, you saw in front of you, you saw a sacred Torah, and they will mention the story with Rav Winchester Zechrein Bracha, who was a legendary Baal Chesed, and his Levaye, he left this world a tremendous Baal Choy. So they raised money to pay off his debts. And the president of the shul got up and said, Rabbi, he says, our Rav left this world a big balchoy, and he'll come before the Kisah HaKovet. Mention the story of it. Come before the Kisah HaKovet. We checked your debt. We checked you a fleck, a head like that. He says, even though he meant every good intention, but still, we raised money to liquidate all the debts. Please, anyone come forward that he owes money to. Not one person came forward. That's the Ayid Chazeh. The famous Churvi Shul in Yerushalayim, why is it called Churvi Shul? Called Churvi Shul because when they built the Shul, built the Churvi Shul in the Medrash, so they were heavily in debt to the Arabs, and they couldn't make the payments. So how does a guy react? They took and they destroyed, they burned down the Shul. We're not nobody's going to burn us down, and we have big chayvus, and there's like Mechel. We're meeting now a very, very big payment on our Sefer Torah and other chayvus. So whoever can come forward and help us liquidate our chayvus, tell them bracha, Chanan Makai Shoemer, Rosh Hakori Bracha Zaki Shishroel, the Tika Hebron Jeremiah Shemar, Adonai Chavis Man Shit Koyagul Terbiyan.